but you said it that way, the whole sentence, because you must be getting on my computer and look at my speeches, because I have a speech about this, about the reason you can't stay focused and things like that is because you do not do enough self-care.
Yes.
You need to be
Yes.
selfish. You need to, in a good way, right? Here's the thing. I had 8 kids counting on me and a wife, right? When I was in the 2000s, right? Taking care of all these kids. I had to take time for myself. The reason I go at 5 in the morning is no one's up to bug me,
Hmm.
right? And I can focus. I listened to motivational speeches for 45 minutes this morning while I was working out.
Good for you.
And if you don't address trauma, if you don't address these problems, you can't be a caretaker and be the best version of yourself.
Right.
Because what happens, you had kids when they were little, they wake up early, maybe they're wet, you got to change them, then they got to eat, then they got to go here, then they got to go there, then your wife asks you to do this. And by the time you get home at 8 o'clock or sit down for a minute, you go to sleep. Then it starts all over again. What we should be doing is taking an hour in the morning and saying, this is my time. I don't want anybody to talk to me, and become the best version of yourself. The best leaders are the ones that are the most self-taken care of, right?
Totally. Yes.
And so I have a speech all about this selfishness, and it includes trauma,
Yes.
because a lot of times we have this trauma, like your father's trauma. You had to deal with that. You probably still deal with it, right?
Totally. All the time.
But you have to compartmentalize that, because you can't get on this podcast with me and think about that the whole time. You'd be worthless as a guest,
Yeah, it would be.
right? And when your kids needed you when you were little and that's all you thought about, that you would have been a worthless father.
Right.
But so you gotta, this trainer was, I had a trainer before COVID, both Kit and I. And I come to him one day and he's talking about his girl. He got in a fight with his girlfriend's dad. He lived at the house and this and that. And I said, you know what? Can you shut the hell up? Because I'm paying you to train me. And I don't want to know, I don't care about your problems. I want to be trained. Now, when we're done and you want to go out, and I'll sit in the mud with you, bro, and we can sit there for 2 hours if you want, you can tell me. But you need to compartmentalize that while you're training me and all your other people, by the way.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
paying you to do a specific service.
Right.
And he has 2 kids now, and he's talked to me about that and said, Ed, I don't even know how you could wake up in the morning with all this shit going on in your life before COVID happened. We had some tragedy and some things, and I told you about it. So I have this speech built around selfishness.